bank examinations. So if you are a final year student or if you have passed your undergraduation, this is a very good chance and this is a very good platform where you can learn in and outs about bank examinations. Let's get quickly started today. Today we'll be looking into exam pattern of prelims as well as mains. So coming to prelims exam pattern, this is a first exam and you have to screen it so that you will be moving to main exam. So prelims exam is held for 1 hour and also it consists of 3 basic sessions and everything would be multiple choice questions. So multiple choice questions means they would give you a question below which there would be 4 options. You have to choose the best options out of it. So, and then likewise, there would be 100 questions. And if you are getting right, it's 1 mark. For each and every questions that you are attempting wrong, 0.25 marks would be deducted from your actual marks. So, this we call it as negative marking. If you are sure about something, just try to answer it. If you are unsure about it, don't write anything, just leave it off. Then you must be qualified for minimum cutoff, okay, so that you are moving to mains. So here is the basic exam pattern of 2023. Say for English language where you get like basic grammar and reading comprehension, closed test, para-jumble, fillers, vocabulary and other stuff. Okay, so the number of questions is 30 and each question carries 1 mark, so it's around 30 marks and timing of it is 20 minutes. Coming to quantitative aptitude, so we have 35 questions and out of 35 questions you'll be securing 35. Each question holds 1 mark, so it's 35 questions and allocated duration is 20 minutes. Reasoning ability, okay, it can be logical as well as verbal. Number of questions are 35 and the marks allocated is 35 and the duration allocated is 20 minutes and totally it is 1 hour. So coming to syllabus, so it consists of clause test, sentence correction, para jumble, fill in the blanks, reading comprehension, error spotting, sentence improvement, or paragraph or sentence completion, sentence rearrangement, column based, spelling errors, word swap, word rearrangement, sentence based errors. So let me go through all these prelim syllabus for you. So clause test. Clause test is that they would give you a paragraph and where there will be many blanks given in it. You have to fill the blanks with appropriate words. And next, it is sentence correction. So when it comes to sentence corrections, there would be a statement given and you have to improvise the statement which is given in any one of the 4 options. And para jumbles, there would be a paragraph which is jumbled. You have to rearrange those statements to form a proper passage. And fill in the blanks, it can be from parts of speech or grammar or vocabulary, anything. Coming to reading comprehension, there would be a passage and you have to read that very thoroughly and you have to answer the questions given below. And spotting errors, there would be a question with error. You have to analyze where the error is and once you are done with the analyzation, you have to mark the answer. Then coming to sentence improvement, so there would be a error consist of in this statement. You're not going to pick up the error, but you are going to find out the correct replacement for it. That you call it as sentence improvement. And then coming to paragraph or sentence completion, there would be a passage or sentences given which is totally incomplete. You have to choose any one of the 4 options so that it gives a clear meaning out of it. Then it is like column based spelling errors. Sometimes it can be match the following or else sometimes it can be like four different spellings given and you have to choose which is the right one. That's spelling errors. And then word swap. So the word that they have used would not match the context of the statement. So you have to choose the right word so that it is matching the statement. That you call it as word swap. And coming to the word rearrangement, it's again the words in the statement would be jumbled and you have to rearrange it so that it is framing a proper statement. And sentence based error. So here, so sentences, it consists of error spotting, and based on that you are going to rectify the error and find the right answer. So these are the important prelim subject. I have given you what is what. In the upcoming classes, I'll be explaining you the concepts in detail. So these are the weightages for prelims exams. So when it comes to weightage, so I have taken a comparison of 22, 21, 20 and 29. So see, reading comprehension, it always secures high mark. So, it's not like school, okay, you would read a passage and directly answer would be given. No, it's not going to happen like that. You are going to analyze the concepts that's given in the passage and also give more importance to vocabulary. So, in reading passage, so this year I'm expecting around 8 to 10 questions. And also coming to error spotting or error detection. So, average, it's like 5 to 6 marks. So when you're good in error detection, okay, you can also go with sentence correction easily. Coming to match the following, like 3 to 4 marks. Again, it's important. And para jumbles, so average of 5 to 6. And coming to the fillers in sense, the basic blanks you'll be filling with certain kind of fillers. Okay, let's dive into the topic in the upcoming classes, and that is going to secure average of 4 to 5. And coming to word rearrangement, so this year we are expecting around 6 to 7 in this weightage, and from the recent year it's like average of 6. And coming to phrases replacement, okay, so we are expecting around like 5 to 6, and again it's like 3 to 5 until the next previous year. This is again very important topic. So close test. So they'll be giving you a passage and fill in the blanks. So it's just taking again 5 to 6 marks. Sentence rearrangement average of 5 to 6, and word substitution comes with the average of 4 to 5. Again, miscellaneous. Apart from all these topics, there would be something which doesn't fit in that, and that miscellaneous would be around 3. Sometimes you get 0 also, so you can expect 0 to 3. So now, many students, you tend to ask me a question. So if I wanted to leave a topic, which can I leave? Don't be like that, because there is again negative markings. So sometimes you'll be not sure of the marks that you're going to get, and because of the negative markings. So better you just concentrate on all the topics. If you leave something, then you will be in a troublesome. It's better to be prepared rather than going unprepared. So give equal importance to all the topics because weightage has been distributed equally. So coming to exam pattern of mains. So here, so mains consist of 4 sections. Okay. And then we have separate sections for English language. And that would be conducted on the same exam date itself. See, English is again very important. So compared to the other portions like quantitative aptitude and reasoning, so English verbal ability is the part where you will be able to secure much marks. So always keep that in your mind because this is again very important. And since on daily basis you speak English, you are very well aware of the phrases that's commonly used. and make sure that you are able to answer the things quite easily. So little preparation is enough to secure like maximum marks. Always have your target. So we are conducting it for 30 marks, so your target should be always 25 plus. So aim in that. And also when it comes to main exams, so it consists of both objective as well as subjective. So when it comes to subjective type, always writing practice is very important. See, not only reading, writing is very, very important so that you are completing it within the time. So many students they tend to complete it. I couldn't write the complete answer. That's because I didn't have enough time. So always set a timer. Okay, based on the timer, start writing the subjective type questions. So practicing is the only thing to crack this exam. And not only practicing, you can see like many aspirants, after preparing for 3 to 4 years, they just give up thinking that no, it's not going to work on it, and then they move away. Don't be like that. The core strength to pass any government exams comes with determination and perseverance. Try continuously, no matter how many times you have failed. Okay, until your age has got a certain limit, just keep on trying. So like once you give uh, exam, and if you're failing in it, write it down what worked well and what didn't work well, and based on your analysis, just come up with the ideas. Yes, this is a mistake I done, I'm going to rectify this time. This is again trial and error method. Okay, just focus. And coming to the main exam, okay, so it is valued for 200 marks, and as well as like 25 marks. So 200 marks goes for objective type, whereas 25 marks goes for subjective type. And here again you get this negative marking. Please guys, please be very aware of this negative marking. No matter how much marks you gain, if you commit any mistakes, it's going to lessen down, and hence your cutoff is going to drop immediately. So make sure that before attempting or before trying to write the answer, think at least for twice to thrice, and if you're very sure about it, give a go. So if you're like partially 50 percentage and partially 50, and if you're just like oscillating, if you're not able to figure out the right answer, just leave the question. Okay, complete everything and again come back and just try to give a thought. Okay, don't ever just like that mark it, and if it goes wrong, so 0.25 mark will be cut off from your original mark. And there are people who are losing at 0.04 marks and 0.5 marks, zero point 0.1 mark. Okay, don't ever lose postings like that. It's again very difficult. And when you fall like that, again to regain yourself and coming holding your self confidence, coming back studying is very difficult. So, be very cautious because it has negative markings. And then, each and every section, they have a time limited. Okay, make sure that you are completing within that time limit. And if you take books and continuously read, this is not going to help at all. Give enough mock test. Okay, once you're thoroughing a concept, for example, today if I'm going to teach you a certain topic in class test, after listening to it, sit and do the worksheets. Setting timer is very important. So because within the time limit you have to complete all those 30 questions within 20 minutes, so it is very important for you to set a timer and practice it. See, sitting and taking a question paper, practicing manually will actually increase the chances of getting successful in IBPS PO exam, rather than just being a bookworm and trying to study the concepts. And also, each test and each section you must pass very individually so that you are getting placed in IBPS mains. So here you go. So weightage of IBPS mains exams. Okay. So here, so you get like reasoning and computer aptitude around like 45 questions. They'll allot you 60 minutes. And also coming to general economy and banking awareness, 40 and 40 questions. You get 1 mark for each question, so it is 35 minutes. And coming to English language, very crucial thing. So number of questions is 35 and the maximum marks that you are going to get is 40 and the time allotted for these 35 questions are 40 minutes. And coming to data analysis and interpretation is like 35 questions and the maximum marks is 60 and out of that you are going to complete that within 45 minutes. And when it comes to total, it's 155 questions and the maximum marks that you're going to gain is 200 and you're going to, the duration of your mains is 3 hours. Then after completing this, I told you right, within the same day you'll be attempting English language test. That English language test is all about letter writing and essay writing. So there would be 2 questions given, okay, and the maximum mark is 25 for these 2 questions, and they give you 30 minutes to complete this English language test. So main syllabus, okay, so mostly prelim syllabus and main syllabus, they overlap and they have like common topics. So it's better to choose these common topics and when you're preparing for prelims itself, start preparing for mains simultaneously. Okay, so this will save enough time after you clear prelims exam. So make sure that the topics which are overlapped is given more importance. So coming to close test, okay. So close test is a paragraph given, okay. So in that paragraph there would be many blanks. You are going to fill the blanks with a certain given answers. So this can be like from vocabulary or tenses, or it can be preposition, articles, anything. So coming to reading comprehension, there will be 2 to 3 passages. So after reading those passages thoroughly, there will be like certain questions given, and you have to answer those questions. Mostly the questions asked would be based on critical analysis of that passage, or they might give you vocabulary and they might ask you like synonyms, they might ask you meanings for that, or else they might give you antonyms and they might ask you to answer that, and they might also ask you what's author trying to tell, and mostly critical analysis rather than picking up some answer and then doing it. So yes, to crack this reading comprehension, you should have enough reading practice. So it's not too late. Try to read newspapers on daily basis, and that would help you for general awareness and economic paper also. And coming to spotting the errors, so spotting the errors commonly lies in subject verb agreement and the parallelism and such topics. So in upcoming classes, we'll be diving deep into these topics and we'll be figuring out how to break a leg. And coming again, spotting errors, there will be a statement given, and the statement will be partially divided. You have to figure out which part consists of mistakes, and you have to choose the answer. And coming to improvement, sentence improvement, same like spotting error only, but here you are not just only going to spot the error, but also you are going to find the replacement so that better it gives a better meaning for it. And then coming to Sentence correction. Again, the sentence correction is also similar. Is also similar to sentence improvement. There you are going to improvise the statement, and here just you are going to correct it. So coming to para jumbles will consist of like maximum six statements. Okay, six statements in it, and sometimes all these statements would be jumbled, and you have to rearrange it. Sometimes the first statement and last statement would be in its place. Only the middle statements would be jumbled, and so that you are going to arrange only the middle statement so it is giving a proper meaning. And then coming to that's it. So that's all about parajumbles. Again, when it comes to parajumbles, there are like many logical tricks, like looking into the first word and trying to figure out the conjunctions. So that we'll be discussing detailedly in the next upcoming classes. And coming to fill in the blanks, so fill in the blanks, usually you'll be filling it using the vocabulary. So like synonyms or antonyms, or sometimes you'll be filling with all the parts of speech. Like we have like eight, right? Nouns, pronouns, prepositions, conjunctions, adjective, adverb. So we are going to sometimes questions will be based on that. And again, sometimes, questions would be based on the normal grammar parts, and it can be like misspelled words, or you can even get like something like tenses and everything. So mostly, this fill in the blanks will cover all the grammar part that we have. So, predicting which topic will come in the fill in the blanks is very difficult. Sometimes, they can give a huge weightage to prepositions, and sometimes they might give it to conjunction. So, we are not well aware of what topic can be asked in fill in the blanks. It can be anything. So, but you can be very sure that at least there would be average of 5 to 6 marks asked in fill in the blanks. And coming to passage or sentence completion, there would be a sentence given which is partially fragmented. You are just going to try to figure out the remaining part of the sentence so that the entire meaning is complete. And then next is the same way, paragraph completion. There will be many blank spaces given in the paragraph. So you're going to read it out, and you're just going to fill that with a suitable meaning that is matching to the context. And then next comes the coherent paragraph. So there would be the certain paragraph given, and you are going to find out the sequence of the paragraph. Okay, and the sequence that's going to match that certain paragraph. Then inferences, they are just going to give you a certain questions, and out of that what you have understood, the critical analysis part is going to determine. And coming to starters, so initially there will be many blanks. Okay, the beginning of the statement would be empty, fill in the blanks, and you have to fill that with suitable starters words. So coming to connectors, connectors are usually phrase or classes or conjunctions. So you are just going to use appropriate words so that any two statements, any two passage, or any two clauses or phrases and clauses, words are going to get connected, the proper delivering a proper meaning. So this is the main syllabus. Guys, when you start, always keep in your mind when you start preparing for prelims, okay? So try to figure out the overlapping topics like close test, reading comprehension, sentence improvement, sentence correction, spotting errors, para jumbles, fill in the blanks, and sentence completion. So all these are overlapping topics. Okay, so give more and more importance to these overlapping topics. Just sit and practice daily. Don't fail to do workout sheets. These steps will be helping you to secure more marks rather than the other topics. So here you go. So here again, I have mentioned about weightage of it. So when it comes to weightage of reading comprehension, again, it's a huge hit. You are just going to get around like 9 to 11 questions, an average of 10 questions. The same in the prelims also, when you look into prelims paper also, reading comprehension was the only topic that has gained a maximum mark compared to other topics. And coming to error spotting, so in 2022, they haven't asked any questions. That doesn't mean you will not get any questions in 2023. Don't, uh, you know, don't be very lethargic thinking that they didn't ask in 2022. See, they have asked literally three questions in 2021 and four questions in 2020. So there are high probability of asking questions in 2023. And coming to inference based, so they didn't ask any question in 2023, but in 21, 4 marks they have asked, and before, see, 2020 they didn't ask any questions. That means probably they might ask this year, but they might not. But don't be negligible that they are not going to ask. It's a probability, it's on your luck. Instead, better sit and prepare for it. So, see, studies or preparation will never go waste at all. If it is not useful for you in this examination, in some other examination, it would be definitely useful for you. It's not like that you are only going to attend IBPS, right? You might also attend other bank exams, or you might also concentrate on state service examination, public service commission examinations. So make sure that irrespective of the exam you are preparing, these are the topics that is frequently coming in the papers. So try to prepare for it. Don't ever leave any topic on your luck thoughts, because it doesn't work out. And there is also no guarantee, right? This topic will not be asked in this exam. Okay, so coming to word replacement, they haven't asked, but average of they are asking it in the 4. So you have to concentrate ahead on that. And coming to match the column, it's like match the following. So 2020, they have asked 4 questions. 21, they didn't do it. 22, yes, they have asked 4 questions. And coming to fillers and word rearrangement, so they have asked 5 questions last year, and before 2 years they didn't ask anything. Coming to sentence rearrangement and the word swap, they have asked last year they didn't ask any questions, but in coming to 2021 and 22, they have asked like 4 and 6 questions. And again, there is a high chance that they are going to ask you this year. And coming to phrase replacement, so 5 marks they have asked in 2021, whereas 2020 and 2022 there is no questions have been asked. But still, you can expect this year also. Don't neglect this topic. There is again possibility that they might ask you on this. Coming to close test, again, after reading completion, close test, it's all high weightage. So around like 6 to 7 questions on average of 6 questions. But this year we are expecting around 7 to 8 questions. And coming to miscellaneous, so 2023, sorry, 22, 8 questions have been asked. So it is very unbelievable, because aspirants they wouldn't have expected that in miscellaneous they would get 8 questions. That's because look into 2020 and 2021, there are average of 2 to 3 questions. So when it comes to aspirants mindset, you can't predict anything. So everything, each and every topic, okay, is equally important. If you find right, reading comprehension is more important, so the same importance must be given to phrase replacement, because you can't risk anything. Okay, so it is better for you to be equally prepared on each and every topic. And again, these topics are not that difficult. okay, if you are sitting and preparing continuously and practicing continuously, yes, you can ready to go. And coming to miscellaneous 2022, aspirants actually they wouldn't have predicted, right? They would have thought like two to three questions. So probably this year they might get 3 to 4, maximum 4, but 8 marks. So make sure that you don't leave any topics behind. Sit and prepare everything completely. Okay, now now I have taken a few example questions. Okay, so it's not like from the particular topic, it's like a mixed up of all the topics so that it would give you a certain idea whether you can do it or not. So let's get started. So keep your eyes peeled. So can you guess the answer? Keep your eyes peeled. Is peeling our eyes? Is that so? No, not at all. This is a idiom. Okay. So we'll be looking into idioms and phrases in the separate classes. So they might ask you idiom. Okay, they might give you idiom like this, and there will be like four options given. And out of these four options, you have to figure out which is actually correct. So keep your eyes peeled. So first option, to watch carefully, searching someone, looking forward, running away. So since eyes are related, there is nothing to do with running because it's something related to leg. So you can eliminate fourth option, and out of these three, any one is the answer. So keep your eyes peeled. Peeled in sense you're just going to pop up your eyes and see. So when something is given, when will you pop up your eyes and go deeply? Okay, to look into something very carefully, right? So that is the right answer. So keep your eyes peeled in sense to watch carefully. And there are like many idioms which are commonly asked in examinations. For example, break a leg. So what's meant by break a leg? Just breaking someone's leg? No. So whenever someone goes to exam hall, you can always tell them, hey, dude, break a leg. So what's the exact meaning of it? It means all the best. So there is something called as pink of health. Pink of health in sense very healthy. So all there are like few idioms, okay, which are very important. It's better that whenever you speak with someone, you use all these idioms so that you become very familiar and you're not going to forget about it. And look into second question. He always dash to prove that the earth revolves around the sun. So now this question is based on tense. So here the verb try must be modified. Look here. He always dash to prove that the earth revolves around the sun. So always. So the word always states that he regularly has this thought to prove that earth revolves around the sun. So the word always goes along with tries, try or tries. Since he is there, okay, so you'll be going with tries. So he always tries to prove that the earth revolves around the sun is the right answer. But many students, what you mark is he always tried to prove that the earth revolves around the sun. You tell like that and you feel like yes, still it gives the meaning. That's because you are always used to or habituated to speak like that. But when it comes to grammar, it holds certain rules and regulations, and according to that, price is only applicable. So in upcoming classes, I'll be briefing you about all the 12 tenses so that you are having clear understanding. Mastering tenses will also improve your communication skills. So keep that in your mind. And then coming to the fourth part. So here, so we have words like four words, and out of it we have to figure out which holds the correct spelling. So correct spelling is synchronize. Yes, everything is pronounced can be pronounced as synchronize. But what is the actual spelling for it? Many students they are very weak when it comes to misspelled words. Like they speak very well. They can answer any question, any grammatical question when it comes to English, but they make mistake only when it comes to misspelled words. That's because we are living in digital era where typing, texting, everything is familiar with us, but still there is something called as autocorrect. There is something called as Grammarly. So, because of these applications, our work is made very easy. So, what are we doing? We are not just concentrating on the spellings. We just text it and it gets corrected automatically and you are sending it. You are not paying attention to spellings. And also, our human brain is designed in such a way when a first letter and the last letter of any particular word is there in its right place, and if the middle words are jumbled up, your brain can understand it clearly. So that's the reason many times you can't figure out the proper misspelled words. So here by now you would have guessed the answer, I think. So yes, it's option three, synchronize. So here, okay, set of three questions. So the king dash rebel. So now you have to choose the right synonym which can be placed in this fill in the blanks so that it is giving right meaning to the context. See the words excused. Again, it makes sense. The king excused the rebel. Rebel. How many of you think it's right? Okay. Second thing, the king forgave rebel. Okay. King is like God. He can forgive anyone. So coming to the C option, the king pardoned the rebel. Okay, it's also kind of good because we ask pardon to God, Lord, King, Almighty, so higher authorities. It's again correct. So option D, none of these. Now, how many of you feel that ABC makes a good sense? So most of us. But the right answer is the king pardoned rebel. So the king pardoned the rebel. It's the right answer which gives the context meaning of it. So again, when it comes to vocabulary, when you don't know meaning of something, just going with context will be so simple. And then see next. Again, this is one of the examples of fill in the blanks. I saw a dash of cows in the field. Can you tell it as group of cows, herd of cows, swarm of cows, and flock of cows? So what's the right answer? So this, whenever you talk about group of something, so their collective noun pops up. Okay, here for group of cows, what do you actually call us? When it comes to group, I can tell group of students. Okay, group of political members. So, but not like group of cows. And whereas swarm, Swarm comes for insects, swarm of bees, swarm of beetle. So, but not swarm of cows because cow is not an insect. And flock, flock you usually use for birds. You can tell like this: flock of birds, flock of geese, or else a flock of cranes. Okay, but not flock of cows. Okay, because they don't fly. Cows don't fly. So obviously it is herd. So these things will be coming on coming naturally to you only when you practice it while speaking. So I saw a herd of cows in the field is the right answer. So next one, tenacious. So sometimes, see the first one, the king dash rebel. That is also one of the vocabulary questions. Tenacious. This is also one of the vocabulary questions. So what is the difference? Difference lies in the statements. Here a statement is given, even though you don't know the exact meaning of it, trying to place the options and reading the statement and trying to figure out the meaning out of it will help you to tell the right answer. There is high number of probability that you can tell the right answer. But direct questions like this, okay, you can't tell the answers. That's because tenacious, if you know the answer for it, you can write it directly, or else no other go. So how do you learn that? So I'll be holding you a separate session for vocabulary where I'll be teaching you many techniques to get maximum marks out of vocabulary sessions. Coming to tenacious, tenacious is something holding fast. So you hold on to something very quickly. So that's it. Okay, so that's it about everything. So we have even seen, so let me go through from the beginning. So we have seen about prelims exams. So what are the categories like quantitative aptitude, verbal, and reasoning? And coming to verbal sessions, we have seen like many topics, right? Clause test, reading comprehension, fill in the blanks, sentence correction, sentence improvement, sentence rearrangement, okay, para jumbles, and so on. So we have also seen what are the weightages of it so that you'll be getting a clear cut clarity on what are you going to do. And once after clearing prelims, next step is mains. And it comes to mains. So what are the syllabus that they have provided? So we have discussed briefly on it. And apart from those objectives paper, you have something subjective when it comes to mains exam, and that subjective is letter writing or essay writing. So in upcoming classes I'll be holding a separate session on how to write letters and how to write essays. Okay, once you are done with that, we discussed about the weightage of it, and also we discussed about the overlapping topics and what must be done and what mustn't be done. And also the next we have seen a certain questions that is frequently asked, I mean not frequently, a certain example questions that asked in IBPS, so that you are getting a clear understanding of it. Now the thing is that, so based on the weightage, so make sure that you are having a separate schedule and separate timings to study and practice it. Create a timetable, okay, and start preparing right now, so which is very important. So guys, I believe that you don't have any doubts in the topics. So if you have any doubts, you can definitely ping me. I am here to help you all the time. Okay, so today's aspirant, because of your smart work, hard work, determination, and perseverance, you are going to become bank officer tomorrow. So don't give up. Keep on trying. That consistency will make you officer one day. So believe in yourself. All the best, guys. Okay, all the best for your future career. So let's get started into concepts quickly. So thank you. Bye bye. See you in the next class.